What if your past is merely a story that you just keep telling yourself,
hmm
and your future is, well, just a dream?
That's a huge question, actually.
Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're challenging our most fundamental and perhaps most stubborn perception, the illusion of linear time.
Yeah, and we're exploring this through L.A. Fairhoff's book, Seven Universal Truths from Near-Death Experiences.
Specifically, Chapter 7 on timelessness.
Right, which dives into this recurring, frankly, mind-bending phenomenon reported by those who've crossed over. They say time just, well, it collapses.
Yeah, the common thread in these accounts is that time, as we obsessively measure it, simply disappears. People describe experiencing their deepest sorrows and, highest joys, not strung out on a timeline, but woven into one simultaneous tapestry.
Which is a beautiful image, but
But from a purely logical standpoint, I mean, how does that actually work? Because if everything happens at once, why do we experience Tuesday before Wednesday? And more importantly, why does waiting in a mundane traffic jam feel so agonizingly real and drawn out?
well, think of time and human consciousness like reading a physical book. The entire story, right? The beginning, the climax, the ending, it all exists simultaneously right there on the pages.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, the book itself is the eternal present, but our physical brain acts as a filter. It forces our consciousness to read word by word, page by page.
So linear time is essentially just the biological act of reading.
Precisely. It's physical scaffolding. Our brains slow down this overwhelming simultaneous universe into sequential bite-sized moments so our bodies can actually process and react to them.
Right, so we don't just short circuit.
Yeah, we need that linear structure to learn and survive in this physical form, but it's not the fundamental reality of the universe.
That explains a rather lot about the human condition, actually. I mean, we're reading the book, but we're constantly flipping back to dog-eared pages of past regrets, or frantically skipping ahead to see if the ending is any good.
And completely missing the current page. L.A. Fairhoff describes this as building two distinct mental prisons. When you obsess over the past or forecast the future, you literally exile yourself from the present.
And the present is the only place where actual living physically occurs. We humies do love our elaborate timelines, don't we?
Oh, absolutely.
We meticulously catalog what was lost, we forecast what might be gained. It's a bit like being given a magnificent garden to inhabit, but spending all your time indoors poring over old blueprints and future landscaping magazines. One simply misses the blossoms.
I like that analogy, but I do think there's a vital nuance Fairhoff provides here that we shouldn't gloss over.
So what?
Well, the author isn't suggesting we abandon foresight entirely. Looking at the past is wisdom, provided it informs you without imprisoning you. And looking forward is just planning, as long as it prepares you without stealing your aliveness right now.
But surely there's a biological imperative to all this forecasting, right? I mean, if I don't look forward, I step right into moving traffic. Does the book genuinely expect us to just float along in an eternal now without looking both ways?
No, not at all. The distinction they make is between utilizing time as a tool and becoming a victim of it.
Right, tool versus victim.
Yeah, you check for traffic to preserve your physical body, but when you lie awake at 3 a.m. agonizing over a conversation you had 3 years ago, that's not survival. That's your consciousness getting trapped in the scaffolding.
Which is quite absurd when you think about it, because while your mind is successfully time-traveling back to that awkward interaction, your physical body is still just lying there in the dark. Your body only exists right now.
And that physiological reality is actually your best escape route. When you catch your brain scattering across timelines, caught in those default anxiety loops, you can use your physical body to interrupt the pattern.
Ah, yes, the grounding technique the book offers for this. It's brilliantly simple. Right now, as you're listening, just focus on the breath entering your body.
Yeah. Or the other option they suggest is feeling 5 beats of a pulse on your wrist. Find your pulse and experience each beat as it arrives.
It's an immediate tether, isn't it? It pulls your scattered consciousness right back into the only moment that actually exists. You stop treating life as a waiting room for the future.
It's really about liberation, stripping away that heavy burden of timelines so you can just be.
Well, that's a rather profound place to leave it. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive. You can find the book via the universal link in our show notes.
And join us next week for another look at transforming our thoughts.
Indeed. But before we part ways today, I want to leave you with one rather provocative question to ponder. If the past cannot actually touch you, and the future hasn't even arrived, and all that truly exists is the sensation of this one single breath, what is left to be afraid of?